You guys know how I usually like to do things, and until this information came out regarding Dylan's phone records, I really didn't have much to entertain when it came to the girls possibly leaving at some point after Kaylee and Maddie got home. But again, Dylan's new phone records sort of changed that for me.
Kohberger allegedly stalked one of the victims. That's false. You knew that was false. For anybody who had never heard that before, that question is now planted into them, unqualified representation that Mr. Kohberger stalked one of the witnesses, and that's false.
We do not have evidence that the defendant had direct contact with 1122 or with residents of 1122. But we can put his phone in that area. There are many residences in that area. It's a dense population of mostly college-related occupants.
Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged.
Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. I have been deep cleaning all day. I am definitely not getting in front of the camera after looking all dusty and full of chemicals and just hair all over. It's just not happening. Plus, this is just a really quick question, and I know that some of you guys have probably already started entertaining this, especially for those of you, and there are quite a few, that do feel as if one or both of the girls left at some point that night after the murders took place. I know this really got fueled when Officer Noon's body cam got released, and we can see that Bethany doesn't really seem to be with the rest of everyone, and she sort of pops up on the other side of the street after we see her friend's SUV also parked behind the police officer, but we know that she actually pulled in before him, which is always, super interesting too. So even if she didn't leave right after the murders and somehow got there right whenever the officer showed up, I'm really wondering if maybe she hopped in Jenna's car and maybe was going to hightail it out of there. And that's the reason why we see Jenna maybe turning back around, because she decided maybe not. I don't know. I'm just assuming based off things that we're actually seeing. But let's go ahead and discuss this next possibility. Now, we know from going over this live that there was a lot more information in here that we knew about when it came to communication, because we had no idea that there was any messages or anything else Dylan was doing on her phone in the 2:10 to 2:13 time frame, besides her messaging the driver, Eric Gower, about if he was out driving or not, and he says, "I am." Now, one of the really weird things that we noticed is something brand new that we did not know, and that's that Dylan did not actually read Eric Gower's response until 4:29. That is after the murders have taken place. SV1 has already left the scene, and they're supposed to be down in Bethany's room together, according to the state's timeline. So I questioned if she was specifically messaging Eric Gower because we were told by Judge Hippler that at this point in time, everyone except for Xana and Ethan were home and in Kaylee's room talking about going out and getting food. That's the exact reason why Eric was even being messaged. Now, one of my first questions was honestly, they all know him, and the girls had just gotten back from being in his car. Like, he's the one who brought Maddie and Kaylee home. So I don't know why him being the driver wasn't something that was brought up in conversation, or why Dylan decided to ask him like this. I feel like this is something that would have been discussed. Like, oh yeah, the grub truck's still open and Eric's out driving. Let me go ahead and text him. Like normal-ish, I guess. It just feels weird the way it was asked. But it was even stranger finding out she never responded 3 minutes later. That was already strange because there was a purpose. This wasn't a buddy, hey, how you doing? This was something that she was trying to see if he was out so that a service could be paid for. So again, no response, already kind of strange. Seeing it not even read until 4:29, way stranger, just, in my opinion. But then seeing the rest of this, seeing these incoming and outgoing messages. So I'm wondering if whatever this is, either A, ended up being someone who came by and actually took them to go get food, dropped them back off, or maybe even, and this will stay in A, grabbed them food and maybe brought it to them Maybe that's why Dylan decided not to get back with Eric, because someone else was already going to be doing these things, and it just sort of slipped her mind to even get back to him, maybe. Or B, whatever this is, threw everyone's plans completely off to the left, and something started happening here at this point. Because there's a reason, again, a very direct reason why Dylan was reaching out to Eric. Again, according to the state's narrative. Now, I will also say I've had a couple of people mention this interaction C situation that's going on when it comes to the 351 contact, because it's also under interaction C. And some of you guys are sort of under the impression, it seems, like the messages up here are actually from the Brittany girl down here because of that, but that's actually not the case. So you notice how interaction C is also listed here. This is like a file address, sort of like a URL address, and this is actually what it says if you look up interaction C with iPhone messages. The Interaction C database on iOS, including the Messages app, stores important metadata generated from user interactions on the device. This includes call logs, SMS, chat messages, and emails. The database can be utilized to unlock iPhones and Android phones, including older versions, blah, blah, blah. It gets into all that sort of stuff. So again, it's not labeling as, okay, this is the third interaction and they're using the alphabet and it's interaction C and so is B and so is A. No, it's literally just the way that the storage is labeled. So let me know what you guys think. Is the reason why something ended up changing from some girls that were a little bit tipsy and having a good night, wanting to go out and get more food with a guy that they technically trust and have gotten rides from, several times at this point, or did they end up going out with somebody else and there's a completely other person besides this Brittany girl that is a character that we haven't technically unlocked yet with the way that they keep playing this stupid game? Because look how long it took for us to find out there was another girl at 11:22 with Dylan and Bethany before Maddie and Kaylee got home. Look how long it took for us to find out that another girl actually got in the car and went to the corner club with Kaylee and Maddie that night. Look how long it took us to find out all this other information. There's no telling how many other people are actually players here that we've never heard of before. So let me know what you guys think about this section of time and these messages, and if it actually changed something or if it's nothing at all. Again, it's just an opinion based on timestamps, and we're all just trying to figure out the truth here. So let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already, and please don't forget to make sure that the notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.